9 powerful boundaries that instantly attract high-value women. Modern Stoic. The boundaries you set define the quality of the relationships you attract. Have you ever wondered what really sparks attraction in a woman? It's not about having the perfect physique, driving the flashiest car, or delivering the smoothest lines. The true secret is something much deeper. It's the power of setting strong, unapologetic boundaries. Yes, boundaries. They're the foundation of respect, self-awareness, and confidence. Contrary to what many might think, boundaries don't push women away. They actually draw them in. When a man has clear, grounded boundaries, he signals a deep sense of self-worth and purpose, and that's what women find truly magnetic. But let me be clear, this isn't about putting on a false alpha persona or playing mind game. No. It's about embodying authentic masculinity, grounded in self-respect, clarity, and purpose. A man who knows who he is doesn't need to prove it to anyone. In this guide, I'll break down 9 powerful boundaries that naturally attract high-value women, not through force, but through undeniable presence. These aren't about playing power games. They're clarity moves. When you hold these boundaries, something shifts, both in you and in her. She senses your strength. She respects it. She responds to it. Stick around for boundary number 9. It's not just about protecting your energy, it reshapes how she perceives you and, perhaps more importantly, how she sees herself when she's around you. Let's dive in. Boundary 1. The unavailable advantage. Your time is your most precious commodity, and it's the first and most powerful boundary you can set. Think about it. Your time is yours and yours alone, and when you truly understand that, you unlock a hidden force. Now, don't get me wrong. At first, this might feel downright dangerous. You might think that if you don't reply to her text immediately, or if you don't pick up the phone every time she calls, or if you don't bend over backward to rearrange your schedule just to accommodate her whims, you'll lose her. The voice in your head will start screaming, "Wait, won't she think I don't care? Won't she lose interest and move on to someone who is more responsive?" But here's the secret, the opposite is true. The moment you stop being at her beck and call, you send a message, not with words, but with your energy. My time has value. My life has meaning. My world is already full. By stepping into your own world with purpose, you give off an aura of confidence, direction, and focus. It's magnetic. There's a subtle tension, a gentle uncertainty she feels about where she fits into your life. It's the mystery of your life moving forward without her, and that makes you irresistible. The magic lies in the fact that when you're always available, what you're really saying is, "I have nothing else going on," and that is a total turnoff. On the other hand, when you make yourself rare, you immediately become more valuable. Scarcity always creates value. It has since the beginning of time. You must realize that when a man becomes rare, he becomes magnetic. You are no longer chasing her. Instead, you draw her in simply by holding space for your own life. You are a man who doesn't bend and break at her every whim. You have other things to do, and that makes you intriguing. When you understand the blessing of Stoicism, you will recognize that your world doesn't revolve around her. It's your life, your time, and your boundaries that make you stand out in a world where so many men are eager to please. This is how you can be a modern Stoic in the dating world, by staying centered in your own life, with your own goals and pursuits. Tell me, have you ever been too available and watched her slowly lose interest? If you've experienced that, drop the word guilty in the comments, because this simple shift in how you manage your time can completely change your dating dynamic. Understanding this first boundary is a game changer, and it's the first step towards becoming the type of man who commands respect and admiration without even trying. Boundary 2. The no apology rule. Say no without guilt. This one boundary can change everything. Here's the psychological twist that most men miss. How you say no matters more than how often you say yes. You know that sinking feeling. She invites you to something that doesn't align with your schedule, your energy, or your priorities. You're leaning towards saying no. But then you hear that voice inside, don't upset her. What if she gets mad? What if she thinks you're rude? So what do? You over-explain. You backpedal. You soften your truth until it's almost unrecognizable, apologizing for your very existence. You might say, I'm so sorry, I've got this one thing that came up, but I might be able to move it around. I'll try, I promise. The problem, you're overcompensating. You're apologizing for something that doesn't need an apology. And when you do that, you send a clear message. You don't trust yourself enough to protect your time. The boundary you've set, it's barely a boundary at all. Now, picture this alternative. Hey, I won't be able to make it, but I hope it's great. Let's catch up later this week. Clear. Confidence. Polite. And most importantly, attractive. This response doesn't dance around the truth. It doesn't ask for permission. It simply states the facts. And that's magnetic. Why? Because the key to powerful boundaries is self-trust. You trust yourself enough to say no when it counts. When you stand firm in your decision without the need to justify or beg for approval, you create an aura of quiet confidence. A man who can say no without guilt doesn't just protect his time. He communicates that he has a solid sense of self. That's a man who isn't chasing approval from others. And in a world where most men bend over backward to please everyone, that kind of certainty is rare. And rare things, they're irresistible. But this boundary doesn't just apply in social situations. It touches every aspect of your life, whether it's work, relationships, or even self-care. The old Stoics knew this well. They practiced the art of discernment, filtering out distractions that didn't align with their values. Stoic life was about staying true to oneself, even when the world pushed you in every direction. Think about it. The ancient Stoics didn't apologize for their choices. They knew that their time and energy were precious. You must understand this too. Saying no isn't about being rude or selfish. It's about maintaining your personal integrity. It's about setting the tone for how others treat your time. The more you practice this no apology rule, the more you align with the Stoic lessons of living intentionally. You don't let every passing request dictate your mood or actions. You stand tall in your decisions, because you know that your self-trust is a cornerstone of your success. Remember, the greatest men in history didn't become legends by trying to please everyone. They became great by being unapologetically themselves, by setting boundaries that were not negotiable. So don't apologize for saying no. Be unapologetically clear, confident, and direct. That's how you attract high-value women. And that's how you elevate your own life to something extraordinary. If you found this valuable, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember I trust myself and my time is valuable. Boundary 3, the respect reflex. Call out subtle disrespect. Most men think disrespect is loud, obvious, something to be fought or yelled about. But here's the hard truth. Disrespect is often quiet. It hides in the smallest moments. An eye roll when you're speaking. A sarcastic remark about your career. a dismissive comment in front of others, or a joke that hits too close to home. These are the moments most men ignore. They let it slide. They tell themselves, "It's no big deal." But I'm telling you, it is a big deal. Letting these small moments slide doesn't make you appear cool or calm. It makes you invisible, not to the world, no, but to her. She sees it. She's watching how you handle disrespect. And if you don't respect yourself enough to call it out, why should she respect you? The reality is, you're not just setting a standard for her. You're setting it for yourself. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, said it best: if you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. This is Stoic wisdom. You must take control of your own perceptions. When subtle disrespect enters your space, don't tolerate it. Acknowledge it. Don't shout. Don't start a fight. Don't lecture. Stay calm. Stay grounded. Stay in control. You are the one who sets the tone. Look her in the eyes, and with firm yet calm conviction, say, "I don't let people talk to me like that." That's it. No drama. Just a simple, unwavering statement. You show her that you have standards. You show her that you're a man who will not tolerate anything less than respect. In today's world, this may sound almost counterintuitive. The loudest, most obvious boundary setting is often celebrated, but real power lies in your ability to command respect without raising your voice. When you don't tolerate small acts of disrespect, you stand tall. You show that your boundaries are non-negotiable, that you value yourself, your time, and your energy. It's in the small things, the firm handshake, the steady gaze, the quiet insistence on being treated properly, that true attraction is born. Remember, what we do is who we are, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us. Your actions, how you handle moments like these, shape the man you are. It's not the grand gestures, it's the everyday choices. Stoic principles are about mastering yourself, not the world around you. And when you master yourself, you show the world that you won't settle. The respect you command will be reflected back to you. Let's make it clear, you must demand respect, not through loud gestures, not through endless talking, through your actions, through the calmness with which you handle subtle disrespect, through the strength you exude when you calmly call it out. You must never let disrespect slide, not for anyone. The respect reflex is yours to master, and once you do, the people who matter will notice. The high-value women you're seeking will not just see you as a man of principle. They will see you as a man who knows his worth. That's what attracts the kind of woman you deserve. The type of woman who sees your boundaries, respects them, and values your strength. The game of life is won by those who know their worth, who respect themselves first and foremost. As you embody these Stoic principles, your life will change. You will attract the people who align with your values. And the right woman will not only respect you, she will be drawn to you. Not because you demand it, but because you've made it clear that your worth is non-negotiable. And let me tell you this, when you master respect, you'll never need to chase it again. Boundary 4, the calm test. Lead, don't react. Here's something that will instantly set you apart from 99% of men and have women taking notice. A woman will always test your emotional stability before she ever trusts your emotional depth. It's a reality that most men simply don't grasp, and they fail this test almost immediately. Let's break this down. You're out with her, enjoying the moment, and then, bam! She throws in a playful tease, a bold or sarcastic remark, or maybe even brings up something edgy or controversial just to see how you'll react. It's not an accident. She's testing you. The question is, how will you respond? Most men, unfortunately, fall into the trap. They snap, they get defensive, they try to explain themselves, or even worse, they shut down completely. And what does that tell her? It tells her that you're fragile, that you don't know who you are, and that you're not emotionally solid enough to handle a little intensity. Now, let's be real here. Women aren't doing this to be malicious. She's not trying to start a fight. She's simply gauging something very important, the strength of your emotional center. She needs to know if you're the kind of man who can handle the heat, stay cool under pressure, and remain unshaken when things get tense. But here's where you can completely change the dynamic. Imagine this instead. You hear her playful jab. You pause for a moment. You take it in. And instead of reacting defensively or shutting down, you stay calm. You smirk. And you respond with something like, "That's cute." You always test guys this quickly. That's the moment you flip the script. Instead of falling into her game, you've just rewritten it in your favor. That, my friend, is the power of emotional control. And here's the thing, emotional control doesn't mean being cold, distant, or unfeeling. No, it's about being grounded in who you are, about knowing your center so deeply that nothing can shake you. This is the blessing of Stoicism, the ability to stand firm in your emotional strength, no matter what the world throws at you. When a woman senses that you can't be rattled by her little tests, something shifts in her perception. She begins to respect you more, and the more she respects you, the more she's likely to open up. She'll relax around you because she knows she's in the presence of someone who isn't easily moved by trivial distractions. Deep down, she'll start wondering, what else is he unshakable about? That curiosity? That's what draws her in. It's a deep-seated intrigue, a magnetism that pulls her toward you. You've just proven that you are not only emotionally solid, but that you can handle the intensity of life itself. And that's the kind of man who attracts high-value women. Now, while most men are stuck reacting to her little tests, trying to pass them or explain themselves, you, the modern Stoic, are the one rewriting the test as it happens. You're no longer the one scrambling to keep up with her games. Instead, you're in control. You're the one leading the emotional conversation, setting the tone, and staying steady even as things around you might get a little chaotic. It's a position of power and confidence, and women are drawn to men who exude this type of grounded presence. And this is where the blessing of Stoicism truly comes into play. The Stoic knows that emotions are natural and valid, but they also understand that emotional intelligence isn't about reacting impulsively. It's about responding thoughtfully, staying calm, and understanding that you don't have to be controlled by your emotions. When you can master this skill, you position yourself as someone who is both emotionally strong and mature, which is incredibly attractive to women who are looking for something deeper than just surface-level interactions. So, remember this. Don't react. Lead. Women don't want to be around a man who's constantly on the defensive or who gets thrown off by a little playful challenge. They want to be with a man who stays centered, who knows himself, and who leads by example. That's how you attract high-value women. Your emotional steadiness is the key to a deeper connection, because when she sees that you're unshakable, she'll naturally start to wonder what other areas of your life you've mastered. And when that curiosity kicks in, you've already won. If you find this valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember, I lead with emotional control and stay grounded in my power. Boundary 5, the authority silence. Let's get right into something most men do without realizing it. They over-explain. They feel the need to justify themselves, to soften every decision with an apology or an explanation. We've all been there, writing 5-paragraph text to soften a no, talking in circles just to avoid causing any upset. You know what I'm talking about. But here's the issue. Every time you explain yourself too much, you're not really clarifying. You're asking for permission even when your words sound confident. There's an underlying energy of uncertainty. You're not owning your choice. You're asking for validation. You're begging for approval. And that's not how the modern Stoic operates. It's not how a man of authority behaves. Take a moment to think about this. Imagine a scenario where you need to decline an invitation. What's your first instinct? For most men, it's to explain, "I won't be able to make it tonight and I've had a long week. Work's been stressful. And I think I just need to rest and reset. Hope that's okay. Really sorry again." Now, take a look at the difference when you stop explaining and simply state your decision. "Can't make it tonight, but let's catch up later this week." That's it. Short, simple, and to the point. Notice the difference. One is a man trying to justify himself, seeking approval. The other is a man owning his reality, standing firm in his decision without looking for validation. That is the key difference between weak, uncertain behavior and true authority. Real confidence isn't about rambling on or cushioning the truth with emotional fluff. It's about being clear and decisive. It's about making a choice and letting that choice speak for itself. No explanations needed. When you communicate like this, you're not just making a statement. You're commanding respect. You're telling the world that you don't need anyone's approval to make decisions, that you trust yourself and your judgment. And guess what? When you stop explaining, people start listening. Women begin to see you differently because they recognize that you are a man who doesn't waste time on unnecessary words. Your actions, your presence, and your decisions become what matter most. Now, don't confuse this with being rude or dismissive. This is not about disregarding someone's feelings, but about owning your space and your decisions without hesitation. It's about practicing the Stoic life, which teaches us that our power lies in our ability to remain calm, collected, and decisive in all situations. The old Stoic knew that wasting time on explanations was a sign of insecurity. A man who over-explains is a man who doesn't trust himself. He's searching for reassurance. But the man who embodies Stoicism makes his decisions quietly and with authority. He knows that his word is final, and he trusts that his presence alone speaks volumes. That's the power of authority and silence. You must also understand that emotional validation is not a requirement for living your life. The world doesn't need to know the reasons behind every decision you make. The essence of Stoic lessons is the understanding that you control your actions, and that control radiates outward without the need for justification. You don't owe anyone an explanation. That is the beauty of Stoicism, the ability to live in a state of quiet confidence, where your words and actions are enough to communicate your truth. It's time to stop over-explaining and start practicing the Stoic principle of authority and silence. You must let your decisions speak for themselves. Say less. Mean more. Your energy, your decisiveness, and your ability to stand firm in your choices will command the respect you deserve. Be a man of few words, but deep conviction. This is what high-value women are drawn to. The more you embody a Stoic life, the more you will attract those who value strength, decisiveness, and true confidence. Boundary 6. The Mission First Code. This is the boundary that changes everything. The turning point that separates boys from men, drifters from leaders, followers from kings. Lock it in. She joins your journey. She does not become your journey. Let that pierce through the noise of modern confusion. Most men, yes, even the driven, even the successful, get lost the moment a woman steps into their life. They bend, they shift, they sacrifice their mission on the altar of romance. Suddenly, her happiness becomes the goal. Her mood becomes the compass. Her presence becomes the purpose. And that's exactly when the polarity dies, the passion fades, the respect evaporates. That is not stoic, that is surrender. Marcus Aurelius taught, a man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Lose your mission, and you lose your worth. You lose the fire, you lose her. Understand this, a high-value woman doesn't want to become your mission. She doesn't want to be your sun, your God, your everything. That pressure crushes attraction. It smothers mystery. It kills desire. She wants to be part of a life already in motion, a life lit by purpose, guided by vision, and grounded in Stoic principles. She wants to join the man who is already going somewhere. And if you stop moving for her, she will stop desiring you. Full stop. You must become gravity. You must become the force. She orbits your purpose, not the other way around. That is what ignites true attraction. That is what keeps her locked in. When you embody your mission, when your actions align with your inner code, when your energy speaks louder than your words, you dominate your space. That's when she leans in. That's when she respects you. That's when she chooses you over and over again. Let's be clear. This isn't about being cold or detached. This is about being immovable, controlled, purpose-driven. Purpose. This is about living by the Stoic law that you are the master of your fate, not a leaf in the emotional wind. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, said Marcus Aurelius. Don't apologize for your fire. Don't explain your hunger. Don't dull your edge to make her comfortable. That comfort breeds weakness. You must stand tall in your mission, business, health, growth, purpose, and never compromise that for approval. Never trade your power for peace. That's not love, no, that's decay. You want to attract high-value women. Start by becoming a high-value man, a man rooted in direction, a man who doesn't need her, but welcomes her, a man who stands firm in the storm. That's the modern Stoic. That's the fire women crave but can't control. Never forget, you're not here to chase. You're here to build. She joins your empire, not the other way around. Your purpose isn't up for debate. It's the foundation. It's the mission's first code. It is sacred. Guard it. Live it. Lead with it. Because when you do, you don't chase women. They align with you. You don't beg for love. You command respect. You don't fear loss. You build a legacy. That is how a modern Stoic wins. That is how a man becomes unforgettable. Mission. First, always. If you found this valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember, I am a man with purpose and momentum. This affirmation reflects the boundary of putting your mission first, ensuring you maintain your focus and drive. Share your thoughts and let's keep the conversation going. Boundary 7. The no fixing rule. Don't fix her emotions, just hold the space. This is one of the most powerful yet frequently overlooked boundaries you can set. So many well-intentioned men fall into the trap of trying to fix her emotional state when she's upset. It's natural, after all. You see her hurting, venting, or overwhelmed, and your first instinct is to jump in and solve the problem. But that's exactly where you go wrong. A modern Stoic understands that emotions aren't problems to be fixed. They are moments to be held. You must learn to sit with her in that space of discomfort without the need to provide a solution. This isn't about avoiding the issue or being indifferent. It's about embracing the blessing of Stoicism, which teaches the art of being present in the face of chaos. You must resist the urge to try and change how she feels. Don't rush to tell her what to do or how to handle her emotions. Instead, just breathe, listen, and hold steady. A grounded man knows that the value of his presence is in his ability to be still, not in his capacity to make everything better. Be the one who can remain calm, steady, and unflinching even when the storm rages. You must hold space for her emotions without judgment, and most importantly, without needing to make them go away. That's the power of a modern Stoic man, a man who doesn't panic in the face of emotional turbulence, who doesn't flee when things get uncomfortable, but who stays firmly rooted, offering calm and unwavering support. Why does this matter? Because the more you try to fix her, the less she will trust you to be there when she truly needs it. She'll see you as someone who is uncomfortable with her emotions, someone who doesn't know how to simply be with her. But when you simply listen and remain present, without attempting to change the situation, you build a deep, unspoken trust. You become her anchor, the person she can lean on, not because you fixed the problem, but because you've given her the space to process and heal. And that is invaluable. The blessing of Stoicism isn't in having all the answers, but in having the strength to endure without rushing to fix. She will trust you more, value you more, and want to be with you more. And in return, you'll build a deeper, more meaningful connection, one that's rooted in emotional understanding and stability. So remember, don't fix her emotions. Be the man who stands tall, calm, and unwavering in the storm. By doing this, you'll attract high-value women who appreciate the depth, maturity, and emotional intelligence that comes with holding space. This is the secret to being a man who is not only respected but also desired. You must be the one who remains steady when everyone else around her is floundering. That's how you truly become irreplaceable. Boundary 8. The mystery principle. You want to attract high-value women? Then embrace the power of mystery. Don't overshare too soon. Let's get this straight. Women are not drawn to men who put their entire life story out there on a silver platter. No. They're magnetically pulled toward the man who knows how to reveal just enough, leaving room for curiosity. Here's the thing that most dating advice won't tell you in the age of instant communication. Texts, social media stories, and those marathon deep talks by day 3. Too many men overexpose themselves. They lay it all out, from their childhood trauma to their finances, giving away every single detail like they're performing a therapy session. But you know what happens when you spill it all. You kill the mystery. And mystery is magnetic. The old Stoic understood this very well. Stoicism teaches us that we should not feel the need to constantly explain ourselves. The true strength of a man lies in his ability to stand firm, speak only when necessary, and keep his own counsel. He doesn't need to reveal every inch of himself, nor should he. Women don't want all the answers. They don't need the whole book, especially on the first date. They want the chapters, and they want to turn the pages themselves. The masculine energy doesn't need to be over-explained. It doesn't try to sell itself with a running commentary of its history. It holds its cards close to the chest. Imagine a man who sits there, calm and self-assured, with just the right balance of openness and reserve. That's powerful. When you reveal too much too soon, you start to look, well, desperate. Women don't want to be flooded with every detail of your life. They want to discover you. They want the journey, not the destination. Let's take a page from the Stoic playbook. Stoic life teaches us that we must control what we reveal to the world. Not every thought, not every feeling, and certainly not every regret needs to be shared. Keep some things for yourself. You're not a walking, talking autobiography. Be selective. If you reveal too much too soon, you come off as someone who has no boundaries. And what's a high-value woman looking for? A man who knows where his boundaries are. She doesn't need to know every painful detail of your past or your inner workings. She wants to see how you navigate life, how you stand strong in the face of adversity, and how you handle challenges. You're not a therapist's couch. You're a mystery. And that's what draws her in. And if you think you're helping her by revealing your deepest secrets, think again. In fact, the more you spill, the more you risk pushing her away. Why? Because when you overexpose yourself, you're basically giving her nothing to discover. You've already shown her all the pages, and now, where's the excitement? The thrill? It's gone. The old Stoic never felt the need to explain himself in detail. In fact, the more reserved he was, the more powerful his presence became. When you embody this energy, you will naturally attract women who value the mystery. Those are the women who are genuinely interested in the layers beneath the surface. They want to see the depths you possess, and they are intrigued by what they haven't yet uncovered. So, what does this mean for you? Simple: protect your full story. Don't reveal everything right away, son. Keep some of your chapters hidden. Let her wonder about you, and let her get curious. And let her come to you. Not because you forced her with an overshare, but because you piqued her interest. The Stoic lessons have been passed down for centuries because they work. You don't have to tell the world everything you're thinking or feeling. In fact, the more you withhold, the more powerful your presence becomes. So, don't be the man who shares his every thought and feeling on a whim. Be the man who holds back, lets her uncover your story little by little, and lets the mystery work in your favor. And here's the bottom line. You must master the art of leaving things unsaid. That's the true power of mystery. It's the key to drawing high-value women into your orbit. So keep the Stoic lessons in mind. Don't overexpose. Embrace the mystery. Your silence will speak louder than any overshare ever could. If you found this valuable, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember I embrace the power of mystery and attract high-value connections. Boundary 9. The self-care commitment. You must make your well-being a priority. A man who consistently practices self-care, whether it's through maintaining physical fitness, nurturing mental health, indulging in meaningful hobbies, or simply taking quiet moments for himself, is a man who understands the essence of balance in life. This isn't about chasing temporary satisfaction. It's about ensuring long-term emotional resilience and growth. When you commit to self-care, you demonstrate a rock-solid sense of self-worth that isn't contingent on anyone else. This isn't about self-centeredness. It's about self-respect. It's the Stoic principle in action, the recognition that true happiness and fulfillment come from within. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If you are not in control of your own mind, your own body, or your own well-being, how can you expect to be in control of your life or relationships? A man who nurtures his own needs and growth shows that he's the architect of his own happiness. This is a powerful signal to high-value women. Women are drawn to men who do not seek validation from others, because this emotional independence shows maturity and emotional stability. High-value women respect a man who knows how to care for himself, whether that's through regularly hitting the gym to stay physically fit, meditating to cultivate inner peace, or simply respecting his need for solitude to reflect and recharge. When you take the time to care for your mental and physical health, you radiate confidence and grounded energy, making you far more attractive to women who seek not just a partner, but an equal who is whole in his own right. The power of self-care goes far beyond physical appearance. It's the energy you project. You must realize that the more in tune you are with yourself, the more you become a magnet for the right kind of people in your life. When you cultivate your own sense of fulfillment, you become someone whose happiness isn't dependent on others, and that is a rare and desirable quality. The more a man knows, the less he talks, said the great Stoic philosopher Seneca. Similarly, the more a man values his own time and energy, the less he needs validation from others. This level of self-reliance, emotional intelligence, and inner peace is incredibly magnetic. Women see it. They notice it. They want a man who doesn't rely on them for happiness, but rather adds value to their lives as an equal. This type of emotional maturity is attractive because it shows a deep understanding of self and life. In the fast-paced, demanding world of today, it's easy to become distracted by external pressures. Work, social obligations, the constant pursuit of success. But a man who remains focused on his self-care is not distracted by these forces. He takes the time to recharge, reflect, and prioritize his health, making him stronger mentally, physically, and emotionally. And this makes him stand out from the crowd. Too many men ignore their own well-being in the pursuit of external success. But the true power lies in mastering the internal battle. The Stoics understood this deeply. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your response to life's challenges, how you take care of yourself in the face of stress, defines who you are." Self-care is more than just a luxury. It is a necessity. If you want to attract high-value women, you must first learn how to attract yourself. If you do not value yourself, how can anyone else? A man who knows how to care for his body and mind isn't afraid of solitude. He's not running from himself, but rather embracing and understanding himself. This is the key to emotional independence, and it makes you a man who can offer more in a relationship. The better you care for yourself, the better equipped you are to contribute to others. It's that simple. The woman who sees that you understand your worth, who sees you nurturing yourself, will not only respect you, but will also see you as an equal. Someone with the strength to build a future, not just someone looking for someone else to fix his broken pieces. A key Stoic principle is control over what you can, and letting go of what you can't. You control your health, your thoughts, your happiness. You do not control how others see you, but you can control how you present yourself, how you maintain your emotional balance, and how you nurture your own growth. The world will try to distract you. It will test you. But by staying committed to your self-care, by continuing to grow, improve, and reflect, you will become an impenetrable fortress of strength and peace. Women will see that. They will see that you don't need them to feel complete, and that makes you infinitely more attractive. It's a magnetism born not of neediness but of strength and self-respect. And that, my friend, is the kind of man who attracts the highest value women. You must take charge of your self-care, because when you do, you command respect, admiration, and ultimately, the life you deserve. Hey there. Thanks for tuning in today. Remember, every boundary you set isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about sending a clear message that you know who you are and you're not afraid to let go of what doesn't serve you. That powerful, unapologetic energy you bring, it's not only magnetic, it's unforgettable. Now, if you want to attract high-value women, stop trying to be enough for them. Set your standards and watch the right people rise to meet them. So, which of these boundaries spoke to you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know which one you're going to start implementing today. If this video has shifted your mindset, don't forget to like, subscribe to Dark Psychology, and hit that bell so you never miss out on more insights that could change your approach to life. This ending wraps up the message, creates engagement, and leaves your audience with a sense of empowerment and clarity.